Oder auch mal electricity khamay mai kafi. Great, Shapiro.
No. Whose school is he going? Yeah, yeah. But I'll fight for him. I'll fight for him. Did he see a lot of stuff? I said drive.
Mare, your mic is on. Good afternoon.
More.
I made an account. So
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all the aldermen, the councillors, the administration, and the public to this special council on the 10th of June 2022. I'd like to ask that Councillor Ibrahim America opens for prayer for us, please. Councillor America, will you open for prayer for us?
Let us pray.
Councillor, could you just unmute yourself again, please?
Let us pray. Almagtige droog God en Hemelse Vader, U is die gewer van lewe en gesondheid. Dankie Hemelse Vader vir nou wonderlike voorreg waarby ons as raad bijeen kan kom om die belange van ons dorp te bespreek, Here. Dankie Here vir alles wat U tot sover met ons was. Dankie Here vir die goed wat U ook vir ons kan openbaar, Here, dinge wat soms vir ons moeilik is om besluite oor te neem, dat U soms deurkom vir ons, Here. Gaan met ons in hierdie vergadering, Here. Lei ons, behoed en bewaar ons, Here. En dit wat ons bespreek, Here, dat het sal wees tot eer en verheerliking van U naam op aarde. Amen.
Thank you very much, Councillor America. That actually reminds me, I'd just like to confirm that Mr. Pollis is in the meeting for future translations. We won't translate that now, but I just need to confirm, is Mr. Pollis in this meeting?
Yes, good morning, Speaker. I am present.
Thank you very much. Thank you for acknowledging that. With that, I'm going to move on directly to item 1.2, the applications of leave. Do we have any applications for leave, Chief Whip?
Speaker, good morning, or afternoon rather. I have an application for leave of absence from Councillor Saptu. I also have one from Councillor Titus. They are ill, and Elder Lady Kritzinger will be joining us a bit later on. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MM, from your side, any absenteeism?
Morning, Speaker. No applications for absenteeism. Thanks.
Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is the disclosure of interest by councillors. Schedule 7 of the Code of Conduct for Councillors, item 6. Verklaring van belange deur raadslede is skedule 7 van die gedragskode. Are there any are there any declarations to be made? I see Councillor Viljoen, do you have a declaration?
Chairperson, sorry, I don't have a declaration, but I slipped up. I forgot to mention that Councillor Jay-Z Yankees is also off on sick leave today.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Thank you, Chief Whip. The next item on the agenda is the matters at the discretion of the Speaker. I am pleased to say that I have no items for that today, and we will therefore move directly on to item 4, the reports to Council. The first report that we are going to be dealing with is the approval of waived development cost on FLISP housing development on ERF 325 East. And the first person to speak on this item, if I may, is Councillor Basil Petrus. You have 2 minutes and your time starts as soon as Councillor Smart. Could you please put whatever you'd like to bring into the chat room first?
Speaker, I would just like to bring it to your attention. Are we not going to do a roll call?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Thank you very much. I am a little bit hasty this morning. We have a very important item on the agenda later, which I'm sure all the councillors are looking forward to. So with that, I'm going to ask that the administration does the roll call for us. Thank you. Administration, I'm asking Rosemary, is Rosemary available to do the roll call, please?
Morning, Speaker. Morning, everybody. I will do that, Speaker.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Councillor Adams.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Rosie. Rosemary, I'm present.
Councillor America.
Present. Thank you. I say present. Thank you.
Councillor Barnard,
Good morning, present Rosemary.
Councillor Brown,
Morning present. Thank you, Rosemary.
Councillor Buys,
Goeiemôre teenwoordig.
Councillor Clark,
Present, good morning.
Councillor Cronje,
Morning, present.
Councillor Du Toit,
Good morning, I'm present.
Councillor Esau,
Goeiemiddag almal teenwoordig.
Councillor Fidi Figlat,
Goedemiddag, Rosemary, teenwoordig.
Councillor R.G. Figlat,
Good afternoon, everybody present.
Councillor Fry,
Good afternoon, everybody present.
Alderman Gericke,
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Councillor Gom,
Morning, present.
Councillor Greef,
Goedemiddag, teenwoordig.
Councillor Gultig,
Councillor Gould is present, thank you.
Councillor Hani,
Good morning, I'm present.
Councillor Hector, Councillor Heiser,
Goedemiddag, teenwoordig.
Councillor Hill,
Hill, present speaker.
Councillor Janchis, submitted leave, Councillor Jay,
Teenwoordig, Rosemary.
Councillor Johnson,
Good afternoon, present.
Councillor Kleinhans,
Good afternoon, present.
Alderman Kritzinger,
She indicated she would be late, Rosemary.
thank you, Councillor Kruger,
Good afternoon, present.
Councillor Lento,
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm present. Thank you.
Councillor Losey,
Good afternoon, Councillor Rosa is present.
Councillor N.M. Lau,
Goeiemôre teenwoordig.
Councillor R.M.I. Lau,
Goedemorgen, teenwoordig.
Councillor Mangasele,
Good morning, present. Councillor Mangal.
Councillor Mbete, Councillor Mdaka, E.T., Councillor F. Mdaka, Councillor Mrukuli,
Rosemary, just 1 second, please. Councillor Lowe, your microphone continuously gets unmuted. Please control the microphone. We are listening to your conversation in the background. Councillor Lowe, Lowe.
Sorry, speaker.
Rosemary, you can continue.
thank you, Councillor Mrukuli,
I'm present.
Councillor Kameli,
Afternoon, everyone. Present.
Councillor Neethling,
Good afternoon, present.
Councillor Niels,
Goeiemôre teenwoordig, dankie.
Councillor Ntondini, Alderman Petrus,
Middag collega's teenwoordig.
Councillor
Tondini
Kata-
present.
Thank you. Councillor Katana,
Councillor Katana present, Rosemary, thank you.
Councillor Kampi,
I'm present, Rosemary. Morning.
Councillor Rusa, Councillor Cyphers,
Present, Rosemary.
Councillor Saptu submitted leave. Councillor Simmers.
Simmers present.
Councillor Smart.
Good afternoon. I'm present, Rosemary.
Councillor Snyman.
I'm present. Thank you, Rosemary.
Councillor Titus. Councillor
If I'm not mistaken, Rosemary, Councillor Titus submitted sick leave.
Thank you. Councillor Toto.
Callahan.
Ted.
I am present. I'm present. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Speaker.
Councillor Van die Kerk.
Present, Speaker.
Alderman Van Wyk.
Present, Speaker.
Councillor Von Brandes.
Present, Speaker.
Councillor Wessels.
I am present, Rosemary. Thank you.
Councillor Windwaai.
Morning, present, Rosemary.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. I understand that there are a few councillors that are struggling to log in. I take note of that, and I ask that as they arrive, that they just put their presence in the chat box in order not to disrupt the meeting any further. And with that, I'd like to reiterate my thanks to Councillor Smart for bringing to my attention that I neglected to do the attendance register. Having said that, I'd like to move on to item 4.1. The approval of waived development cost on FLISP housing development on ARF 325 East. And I'm therefore asking Councillor Petrus to continue for 2 minutes. Your time starts the minute you unmute your microphone. Thank you.
Baie dankie, Speaker. Speaker, die item gaan...
Sorry, Speaker. Is there a problem? Because you're speaking fast.
Sorry, I don't know who has just interrupted. I'm going to ask if you have anything to say during somebody's speech to please put it in the chat room. I do not want any of the people interrupted while they are talking, please. Thank you. Councillor Petrus, you may start again, please.
Speaker, baie dankie. Die item gaan oor, soos jy reg gesê het, oor die FLISP behuisingsprojek in ARF 325. Dit is nou al kom al geruime tyd aan. Die huise staan leeg en dit is 'n risiko vir die munisipaliteit, die raad, sowel as vir die provinsiale regering. Daar moet sekuriteit kyk na die eiendom en die huise teen geweldige kostes. Intussen is daar 147 plus subsidies wat al reeds goedgekeur is. Het kan egter nie oorgedra word nie, Speaker, omdat die George munisipaliteit of ons riglyne bepaal dat daar moet 'n bydrae kom of gelewer word by elke ontwikkeling. En die bydrae is development cost of ontwikkelingsbydrae en dit is in gevolge ons riglyne. Dit sal egter, as ons dit moet toepas op die FLISP projek, gaan dit geweldige kostes inhou vir elke individuele begunstigde. En daar was ook nie destyds, toe die riglyne in werking getree het, voorsiening gemaak deur provinsiale regering of die departement van menslike nedersettings vir hierdie uitgawe nie. En daarom word gevra, Speaker, dat die raad 'n kwytskelling verleen en dat die aanbevelings geaanvaar word op bladsy 8. Sodat hierdie kwytskelling gegee kan word en dat die huise oorgedra kan word en dat die mense kan intree. Begunstigde kan intrek in hulle wonings en kan oordrag neem in hulle wonings. Ek stel voor dat die aanbevelings A, B en C geaanvaar word, Speaker.
100% on time. Mr. Paulus, would you please translate for us?
Thank you, Speaker. Uthi ke uma ke umalunga ne-FLISP projects R325 uthi kudala ke usiza lomba malunga nezindlu empty ezikhoyo ezimileyo. Uthi ke ngoku leyo into ibangela uba zibe khona iiriski ezikhoyo ngoba kaloku umasipala kufuneka aqashe abantu abazawugada izindlu kwenzela uba izindlu zingaphulwa, zingaqhekezwa, kungangeni abantu kuzo bathathe izinto. Ngoko ke uthi leyo into iye izise iindleko ezinintsi apha kumasipala funeka ajongene nazo. Uthi ke zi-147 ii-subsidies eseziaphruviwe okanye seziye zamkelwa. Ngoko ke uthi ke uzawucela uba ibhunga liyiphumeze le projekthi kwenzela uba abantu bazongeniswa kwezaa zindlu, bazonikwa izindlu zabo, abo bantu aba-aphruviweyo okanye abo bantu bafanelekileyo ukuba bangafumana kwezo zindlu. Uthi ke ii-recommendations okanye iingcebiso uzazifumana ke phaa kupage 8. Uyacela ke uba ibhunga lizamkele A, B no C. Enkosi.
Thank you very much. The next person to speak on this item is the ANC. We have Councillor Esu. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts as soon as you have unmuted your microphone. Thank you.
Good morning, Speaker. I hope you can hear me. Speaker, we as the ANC, we are in full support of the recommendation as stated by Alderman Petrus. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. That was short and sweet. The next person to speak on this item is the Good Party, and we have Councillor Low R. You have 1 minute. Your time starts as soon as you have unmuted your microphone.
Speaker, baie dankie. Goed, het geen probleem en ondersteun hier, ondersteun die item. Ons is baie bly dat die gemeenskap nou uiteindelik gaan baat vind daaruit. Goed, het baie beklei dat wat die mense moet, die huise aan die gemeenskap moet oorgegee word. En ons sê baie dankie. Ons support dit ten volle.
Mr. Paulus.
Ithi ke yona igude ayinangxaki ngale recommendation, iyavula kakhulu. Futhi ke uthi balwile khona bona kakhulu uba abantu bafumane iindawo ezizezabo. Ngoko ke iyayamkela le ngxaki.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paulus. I presume you've completed that translation. I can't hear you anymore. I'm going to move on to the next speaker on the speakers list, and that is the PBI, Councillor Kleinans. You have 1 minute, which starts as soon as you've unmuted your microphone.
Speaker, good morning. Thank you. Speaker, I've got a few questions. One, how much are we talking about the contribution? 2, is all the relevant certificates available of the houses? Because we do not want to give our people just houses for the sake. We want to give quality houses. And really, Speaker George must look at the capital contributions because it is very, very high and our people can't afford to buy these houses. The PBI want to give houses to our people, but it must be of high quality. And Rosedale is up in arms if we can really make sure that we do this as soon as possible and not keep houses back for election hearing. Then definitely we will be able to assist all our people. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. I'm going to ask the MMC of the department if you have the answers regarding the funding. I believe it is in the item, but I'm going to ask Councillor Petrus to just confirm those postulates.
Dankie, Speaker. Dankie, Raadslid Kleinans. As op bladsy 6, as 'n kosteberaming, 'n totale kosteberaming. Ek dink individueel is dit iets oor die 60,000. Die syferkundiges moet maar vir ons daai syfer gee. As die direkteur wil inkom, kan die direkteur inkom. En in bladsy 5 is daar 147 geleenthede wat nog beskikbaar is uit 218 uit.
Speaker, thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you, Alderman, for the question, for the answer. The people are listening and they are waiting in abeyance for these houses. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kleinans. I presume your time is now over. Are you happy with that? We're going to move on to the next person to speak on this item is Councillor Smart. Councillor Smart, you have 2 minutes and your time starts as soon as you have unmuted your microphone.
Thank you, Speaker, for this opportunity. The PAC, this is an opportunity for homeowners, for first-time homeowners to this actually
All right, I'm terribly sorry. There seems to be some sort of control issue that we are trying to resolve from our side. I apologize for the mutation of that, Councillor Smart. If you could please just give me a few seconds. I'm busy trying to sort this out. Councillor Nkumile, I know, and I am just as upset as what you are regarding this. We will sort this out in a second. Please just bear with me. I'm going to ask that we just take a few minutes so that I can resolve this issue as quickly as possible, please. I'm going to ask that we can just adjourn for 5 minutes. Let me just confirm that everything is sorted out before we have any further disruptions on this meeting. I'm going to ask that we come back at 12:25, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, councillors. I really apologize for the inconvenience of what has happened there. I have taken it up with the persons that are disrupted there. I'm going to ask Councillor Smart to continue. Your time restarts as soon as you've unmuted your microphone.
Thank you, Speaker. No, this really unlocks, the opportunity for first-time buyers to become homeowners. And we are in full support, the PA are in full support of making people homeowners. And yes, we do support this motion. No problem with it. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Once again, I apologize for that. Councillor Lawson is the last person to speak on this item. In reply, Councillor, you have 1 minute and your time starts as soon as you've unmuted your microphone.
Nkosi Somlomo, ndiyazibulisela Nkosi Somlomo, ndiyavuya yile ngxelo katata uBasil, ndiyavuyisana nayo kakhulu. Ndinethemba ke nabantu bakuthi bavuya xa bava ezi ndaba. Bathanda urhulumente ke abantu bakuthi omuvayo, nditsho ukuthi ke ndiyayisapota le item kaba utata uBasil. Enkosi.
Thank you, Speaker. I am in full support of the recommendation made by my colleague, Alderman Petrus, and I trust that our people are going to be happy as well, because people like development, people like to be developed. So I am in full support of the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paulus. We therefore are all in favor of this item. We are going to move forward to item 4.2, which is the approval to waive development cost on the FLISP housing development on Kleinkrans AF 1539. The first person to speak on this item is Councillor Katana. Councillor, you have 2 minutes and your time starts as soon as you've unmuted your microphone.
Baie dankie, Speaker, for the geleentheid. Good afternoon, everyone. Molweni. Speaker and colleagues, this item, the purpose of this item is to waive the capital contribution on the development of houses on F1539 Kleinkrans. This item is very similar to the previous item, Speaker. This F is the property of the municipality. It was agreed to develop 13 houses for FLIPS housing for the first home owners. Speaker, at least the criteria is contained in the item. A contractor was appointed and the houses were built. 12 houses were 12 of the houses have already transferred to their owners. Colleagues, in order to prevent vandalism, the last property must be transferred as well. However, development contributions have not been paid, and this is delaying the transfer of the last property to the rightful owner. Speaker, this item serves to request council to waive the development cost. This means that the transfer can proceed. Speaker, I recommend that this item, the item that is on 4.2 from page 9 to page 12, which is the recommendations that are on page 11 to page 12, may be approved by the council. So I recommend, Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Katana, and great on the Afrikaans in the beginning there. Thank you very much. The next person to speak on this item is the ANC. Councillor Eerse, you have 2 minutes and your time starts once you unmute your microphone.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. As leader of society, with the ANC, we are in full support of this recommendation. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next person to speak on this item is the Good Party. Councillor Titus, however, is, if I'm not mistaken, asked for sick leave. I'm going to ask the Good Party if there is somebody that would like to take that 1 minute, or can we move on, please? The chief, the whip of the Good Party, can we have an indication as to whether I can move on or not, please?
You can unmove, Speaker Dankie.
Thank you very much, Whip of the Good. We'll move on then. The next person to speak on this item is Councillor Smart. Councillor Smart, you have 2 minutes and your time starts once you have unmuted your microphone.
Thank you again, Speaker. No, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. So we are in full support of this item, because we want to let our first homeowners become real homeowners. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Smart. The last person to speak on this item is Councillor Johnson. Councillor Johnson, you have 1 minute. Your time starts once you've unmuted your microphone, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't want to keep council from the important matter that will be discussed on the next item. So I therefore second the proposal made by my colleague, Councillor Katana. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. We're all then in favour. We're going to move on to that very important item that is following, item number 4.3, the determination of upper limits of salaries, allowances and benefits of different members of municipal councillors. The first person to speak on this item is the DA, Councillor Fichland, the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Fichland. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts once you have unmuted your microphone.
Speaker, let me then not waste the time of council. I present this item to you, and I propose that the recommendations as contained in the agenda of 10th June be accepted by council as is. Thank you.
Do we need a translation? I'm just joking. The next person to speak on this item is Councillor Lentu from the ANC. Councillor Lentu, you have 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
Morning, Speaker. Morning, everyone. We as the ANC support the recommendation because our national government of the ANC, we as a councillor, we're working hard for our community. Although we are working under pressure, under the leadership of Blue T-shirt. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We support the recommendation.
Thank you very much. So noted. Councillors, I've afforded you an open microphone system, and I see Councillor Vundile. Councillors, just mute him, please.
Your mic is on.
Thank you, Councillor Ndaka, for intervening there. Councillors, I have asked you to please watch your microphones.
Sorry, Speaker. I was telling him that his mic is on.
I understand that. Thank you very much. I'm going to end this item with the last speaker on the speakers list. Councillor Brown, you have 1 minute and your time starts the second you unmute your microphone.
Thank you, Speaker. I want to second the proposal. Thank you by my colleague.
We are therefore all in favour. We therefore are going to ask that we move on to the next item on the agenda.
Mr. Speaker? Mr.
Yes.
Speaker?
Yes, Alderman.
I just want to ask you, how is it that Councillor Kleinhans is quiet on this item?
Alderman, I'm quite on my speakers list. I don't have there's nothing on the speakers list, unfortunately. So,
yeah, but I'm going to ask you, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to ask you to reprimand my own councillor because this is a very important item. Thank you, Speaker.
in the light of being in such a good mood today, thank you very much, Alderman. I'll take note of that and I will send out the reprimand after the meeting. Thank you very much.
You, Speaker.
I'm going to ask that we now remove the YouTube link and that this meeting will go into a confidential section of the meeting. I'm going to just ask your indulgence. Can we reconvene at 12:35? It gives us a few minutes. I want to get on with this meeting. So I'm going to give 5 minutes, and if admin could please confirm that the YouTube channel and the meeting is then confidential once it is completed. Thank you.